right into them.
Yeah, good rotations right onto Quinn, who's down to half health, but Revan with a pulse bomb in the backline is going to take down Maxwell and Chosen. That's your main heals down, whereas Matt Merck gets on the aggressive, able to take down Huggo, but with the rest of his team falling behind him, Plato's the last man surviving here in a 1v1 against Quinn. Quinn takes that, also taking down Bagel with the mines. Boise State, he just got caught out in the rotations, trying to focus too much on Quinn, unable to get the elimination. It cost him that push.
That was a really good dive by the ball there that just kind of disrupted Boise State a little bit, I feel.
Ooh.
Matt Merck.
It was an attempt. I
I
respect the attempt. He at least could see him over the wall because the ball's just a hair too big to hide behind there. So
Not the most stealthy of characters, no?
he may be a hamster, but he's still in a giant mechanical ball. You can't really stealth around with him as we go into the next engagement. Quinn gets first elimination, quickly followed by Kellen, how Pro Gamer and Bagel trades across the board, but it looks like Northeastern's just going to barely edge out Boise State because as soon as they eliminate Chosen, they have the leg up. Main heals is the president here that Boise State needs to protect, and now finally swapping over to Mora should give him a lot more survivability, not just playing around the lamp the whole time.
And I really do stand corrected here. And that pulse bomb is going to be a little bit denied. No value coming out there. Did get Matt pretty low, but they do have sound barrier now, so they do have that little bit of cushion going in. Gravity flux and sound barrier is going to be committed for it. Getting pushed off a little bit. A little bit of the team going low on health here.
Ooh.
As Matt Merck's stunned, along with Kel being pretty low. And Bagel's now down. Those are both heals out, and it looks like Boise State might have to forfeit this fight. But it's not going to be enough because they hit the 100% mark, and that's Northeastern taking the second map.
Yeah, Boise State, a little bit of a misplay going for the long rotation run rather than straight to point when they didn't have the percentage advantage, and they knew that Northeastern had the ult advantage in that situation, and so many more stalling, zoning out, split up the team. They lost both Maxwell and Chosen so early on. That was a fight that they just couldn't win unless they got an early pick, which they looked like they were going for, but once again, it was on to Quinn, who was in front of them, and they just don't have the DPS to take out a ball that quickly or even a CC to slow him down.
Do you think the rotations might have slowed down Boise State to the point of not being able to properly contest Northeastern there? Or do you think it's sort of one of those things that main heals going down affected them more?
I think it was both, to be honest. Of when they went for the rotations, the tanks were in front, but whenever they got split up, it was Maxwell diving in on the Tracer, leaving the supports behind to fend for themselves, tanks trying to hold the front line, but then they had to deal with the enemy Tracer in their own back line, and that was a fight they were unable to win. So now jumping into this next map, already Plato has a lot of his turrets set up on point pretty early, and it looks like Northeastern went to take the high ground, so Boise State rotated around to the other side of point where they are much more protected, but they're going to have to handle a lot of this poke coming out from Northeastern. That Wrecking Ball can get so much value on top of the Sigma who can poke from the high ground, but a nice Maywall coming out from Maxwell will get the ball stuck, and that's a huge pick for Boise State. So they will be able to cap point early on top of Revan poking by himself and gets just a single right click from Maxwell on this May.
Great wall.
And now a beautiful wall will mean the death of Northeastern and a huge time advantage for Boise State.
Yeah, the May pick coming out here, that Symmetra we knew was always kind of a trouble for them until they started shutting down the healers of Boise State. But now that May pick seems to be benefiting Boise State a lot here, and Northeastern's going to have to adapt once more to Boise State's new comp. As they hold the point going on to 30% here, it's more or less just, what do you think Northeastern's got to execute fast here?
I mean, they swapped over to the Ash to, I bet, almost deal with a lot of the pressure of the double barrel, able to knock people back, and on top of set fire, take charge bomb that quickly. But they also have to acknowledge that Chosen has the wall built up already, and now with a double pick, make that a triple Play-Doh popping off here right now as having no answer from Northeastern. And now have Merck coming in from the background with a nice pick.
Boise State repelling Northeastern once again. They're now holding on to that 50%. This is looking like the first map again, or the second map, I should say, but we know how the second map went out again with Boise State getting quite the hefty lead, but then Northeastern coming back and shocking us here. So we're a little more excited to see what Northeastern has, but Boise State now almost has 3 ults and just committed window this fight as well.
Yeah, should definitely be a Boise State fight after taking out Quinn. Quinn's just diving in by himself again and again, and it's been costing his team these fights being that main tank role. Now Boise State can push forward with a beautiful flame strike from Matt Merck to take down main heals. Now the rest of the team crumbles right behind him. They have Wobbly on this Ash, but no one's there to follow up Quinn except for Revan, who did even get eliminated that fight and still has Pulse Bomb.
And that was good stagger kills now, because now Northeastern's going to have to really rush this point and never be contesting as a full team. Coming on to 92%, they might barely get that, but if Boise State keeps to those picks, they're not going to be able to contest quite well.
Yeah, Boise State clapping back very well from the first map loss. here. So now a nice teleport onto point after losing that high ground that Northeastern was able to win. So now they're going to try to push in with the rally, but unable to make it there in time. Having no Lucio for that speed boost will cost Northeastern this map.
Dujon had that shatter was completely and utterly denied right there. That was quite the spectacle to see. But yeah, Boise State holding out that last map point. That kind of shows how they should have how that second map should have gone. Really, I think Northeastern kind of got a little over the top compared to Boise State, with Boise State being a little too aggressive in the beginning and then slowing down once they lost point.
Yeah, that's one of the issues we've seen with, I believe that map is called Shrine on Nepal, of it's harder to retake it, especially when the team has a lot more poke than you do. And they were disrupting Boise State's rotation so much of both the Gravitic Flux, the Mines, the Tracer Pulse Bomb of just slowing them down, having to heal up. Boise State didn't really have a solid answer for it. And as soon as they went for the push, they didn't have time on their side, so they had to go for a longer rotation rather than just straight down the middle and take all of the poke and be more exposed on the sides. They closed off a whole side. So it was a good rotation, but they did not have anything to answer all of the take ultimates.
And this NACE Star League broadcast is brought to you by Dunkin'. NACE Star League runs on Dunkin'. Good coffee.
Yeah, get ready for more of that this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So
Of what, Dunkin' sponsorships or Reeds?
both, because this weekend is NACE. And
This weekend's NACE?
NACE,
Ah,
yeah.
okay. What is it, Overwatch NACE this weekend?
So I'm told.
So I'm told. Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Overwatch, a game I haven't played since March of 2020.
Hey, Overwatch 2 coming out soon.
So?
You're not excited? Not even the littlest bit?
No, it depresses me. There's been multiple articles about how Overwatch 2 is just becoming pay to win. I mean,
I saw that. Yeah.
It's bad.
That was interesting.
I would be surprised if Blizzard's around in the next 5 years.
Really?
Like, they are declining badly.
Yeah.
The last good thing they had going for them was maybe Wrath of the Lich King launch, but even then, it was just like, ugh. Like, it was bad. So, back to Overwatch now, the other game that Blizzard is slowing killing off. I just miss my 5-man Mercy Reses, man. Just give me that back. It's just, oh, Boise State even missing the teleport twice.
A little slow there.
That was hard to watch. So now Northeastern has control of the point. Boise State split up. Goblin on this Doomfist, we all know Doc loves with all of his heart. So Goblin able to at least get onto Vex of that McCree. Now Matt Merck wins the tank 1v1. Bagel wins the 1v1 of the Lucios, and Boise State with a nice retake here. I'm very surprised that they were able to get that engage, and I would say Goblin had a really good opener of that Doomfist.
Yeah, do you think Northeastern should have won that fight 100% of the way, controlling point first there?
I would like to see them win it just because they had the Symmetra set up. They had the McCree to deny Goblin on that Doomfist, but I think they were just so focused on that main point of where the tanks were that they weren't ready for the side flank coming out from Goblin. But now the window committed to deny this push from Northeastern, forcing them into the backline where this Bagel on this Lucio could try to get some environmentals. He uses the boot pretty early, trying to push him back into it. But instead, Blizzard's going to take a Goblin who tried to be that one-man army. He's something that Doc has been drilling into him that he still hasn't listened. So now Chosen and Matt comes down, which means Boise State will not be able to hold this for much longer.
And that's the last of Kel going down there. Shatter is ready to go here with Diva's ult at 88 here, and also Deadeye. We love Deadeye here.
It's going
along
to also
with the
be
Symmetra
pushing
wall.
in with the Symmetra wall.
Yes.
That's going to be a huge opener to try to deny anything that Northeastern throws out. They don't have their wall because they committed the last fight. They only have to worry about the Deadeye, so at most they're maybe going to lose 1 or 2 people. But they do have Sound Barrier built up to deny anything Boise State throws out on top of Self-Destruct. Huge zoning mechanics, but it looks like Goblin's going to go in with the Meteor Strike on top of Maxwell with the wall. He's going to put it right in the middle and able to take down main tank, which means they have an opening able to knock off Blizzard on top of Bagel with the environmental. So that's no DPS or supports, but Panda with a double self-destruct means he's able to take down both the DPS. Boise State will be able to hold it though, as Northeastern had nothing left.
So excited to say Boise State's second seed. Boy, boy. It becomes a like diplomat, like moving about. All
Broncos, Boise State.
Okay. So always using their mascot as the stop. Jimmy, stop. You're an adult. Yeah, stop. It's not the right thing. No. People will focus on that, and it won't be about what you're trying to do. It's never about you.
Right? About how Goblin's are. It's okay, I'll keep ripping into Goblin while he plays Doomfist for you. I know you love it. No, yeah, I'll keep calling him out on it. Everyone hates Goblin on Doomfist.
Seemed like a very annoying Doomfist to deal with. I mean, you know, I'm not per se the greatest Overwatch player in the world.
Have you played it?
I have played Overwatch,
Okay.
yes. I have friends that are quite good at the game as well. But me as a personal mechanical player, being able to counter Doomfist a lot, it's probably more easy for me to call Goblin a good Doomfist because I don't know what makes a good Doomfist, but
Being a nuisance.
yes, but it seemed doing exactly that.
Which Doc can attest to is Goblin's profession.
But already jumping in, the main fight happening in here. BSU and the
nice
Huskies
stun.
going at it.
Nice pin. Boise State with solid follow-ups, but still looking for an opening in the Huskies lineup. But Goblin's going to be the first one to find it in the 1v1 of the Junkrats. Following up with a triple onto main tank. Secondary support now. Secondary tank falling. Boise State won that very quickly as soon as one DPS fell.
That was definitely dreamland for the DPS there in terms of they really took that attacking position into that really just like you even think about Junkrat. Putting yourself into a room with a Junkrat, I feel like that's self-suicide almost
He
there.
excels on this map. Tight corridors, explosions, getting plenty of damage. Now the car wash even being set up by Maxwell right now is just going to line him up and knock him down as Northeastern is just going to quickly fall. And now being pushed back into their spawn room. Boise State getting a little bit aggressive. Make sure Matt Merck doesn't fall here, having to get all the heals in the world. Fall back even further so his shield can recharge, but that is huge pressure applied to the Huskies that they haven't been able to answer with. That I expect the wall to come out here, and of course, right as I say it, it does. So now they're just
Entire.
Ooh, it looks like they're gonna go. There it goes. The whole push is done, just like that.
Just like that, and that's Junkrat for you. That's a character. And Matt Moore getting the fire strike kill to end it all off.
This is definitely where Goblin gets his ego now. He wants to swap over to Doomfist, but he's gonna go through hell and back if he wants to, so he's going to maintain this Junkrat.
We have two players flanking the back.
This definitely can work here. Definitely try to pull up attention, split up the team, but a nice Maywall's going to cut him off from Shippy right now. Oh, and that will cause the death of Matt Merck. So this is an opening for the Huskies. He's to dismantle the Broncos and try to retake point as we just crossed the 60%. Now Bagel falling as well. That's no main tank and no secondary support. So it's going to be up to Chosen to keep the team alive. So that will force out the wall from Maxwell. Now self-destruct, but the
the
TP
TP
come out, and that pays off for him. They didn't have the wall of best line of sight, as that's just a giant red wall denying him. Now Chosen even picking up elimination onto Shippy. So that's no May to stall out. The respawns have come back in for Boise State here. Kel getting a double here means Northeastern will have to fall back and regroup, which is time they can't afford because they only have 10% to get onto point before they lose this map.
And already with the boop kill coming from Bagel, they have absolutely, like you said, no time to evolve. Entire coming out. Immortality is going to save, but not for long. Blizzard goes down, and there goes Diva and Kel going out there. It seems 2 goes down. Bagel is down. They are contesting point. Ball was able to get on a point, which means now Goblin's going to respond along with Chosen. He's going to get off a point. Who from the Huskies is going to contest here without the ball falling?
Yeah, right now Northeastern has to go full stall, which is why we see the swap over to the Tracer on Hex, but with Boots down on that Wrecking Ball, they don't have much time and they need to just get bodies on point. This is where you just want to see everybody throwing your corpses at the point to try to stall out Boise State, but they're just going to get ult after ult. That's why the wall was recharged. Boots even getting caught in the Junkrat trap means that is the end. Boise State will take map 1 of Lijiang Tower.
What an absolutely dominating performance from BSU compared to NE just there. That was almost just devastation. I mean, that Junkrat Symmetra combo coming out from, what was it, Goblin and Plato, correct?
Maxwell.
Maxwell. just seem to just absolutely dominate there, especially in that map, like you were saying.
Yeah, Lijiang Tower has been the defaulto control map for Boise State as of late. Couldn't tell you why. It's just been their favorite. My understanding is because Boise State has adopted the Sim Brawl comp as been their meta, Symmetra is the best go-to on Lijiang Tower for at least 2 of the points. The third one being, I believe, Garden is the most open. That's the circular and environmental. So that's where we'll see a lot more the Winston, Farah, Mercy, maybe even Echo if someone's better on it. But now as we head over to ye old faithful Kings Row, the map no one ever got tired of. Of Liberty plays, something that would die to come back, but when higher elo, just it falls apart.
I do remember seeing it during an ET Towers game as well. I do remember the TP of the Bastion up on Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's something that here at Boise State we help teach them and facilitate that because it is such a strong play. If you don't know how to counter it, so.
And if you've never seen it before, Matt, as well, or something you don't expect too, it's one of those things you don't expect somebody to come out with, and then they do it. If you've A, never seen it, and B, don't know how to counter it, I imagine it's probably as deadly as a combo as anything else.
Yeah, but it's also one of those strategies where you can do it once, and if it doesn't work, leave it immediately.
Oh,
it's the same thing with the Symmetra Teleporter. If it doesn't work the first time, get off of it because you're not going to get value because now they're going to be expecting it and be looking for it. So now as we jump into the matchup, it seems it's going to be pretty traditional team comps for the Huskies on the attack, actually, and getting a takedown by the wall and maul here. Both sides going for that May push, but it seems Boise State has the better lineup with the McCree versus the Hanzo. Oh, because that close range damage is just going to be in their favor. But now we're also going to have a bit of a team comp swamp with now Clear taking over for Kel, as well as Plato taking over for Goblin.
The immortality being committed there might be...
Truth hurts.
It was.
What it is.
Is it not? Is it not a? It's not a great wall.
I mean, it's a May wall. It can't be great. It's May.
Yeah, it's a May. It has to be great.
There's a reason why people called May like Hitler and Ice Devil for so long.
Because
she was terrible.
It's horrible to play against.
As a person who was forced to play May, I hate May. And so I am very happy how much they changed her in Overwatch 2, but at the same time, it's Overwatch 2. I miss having a 6th person to bully as May.
To bully as May, yeah.
But a nice solo Deadeye, still best ultimate in the game, gets so much value every time. But now Vex finally getting value on the Hanzo with the Sonic Arrow is going to be able to take down that McCree. But now Matt Merck coming back with the aggressive Reinhardt that I personally have having been that Reinhardt and getting a triple of his own is beautiful to watch and is already back up to 60% for that Shatter. But the Huskies right now have 5 of their 6 ultimates and going to kick things off with the self-destruct, but right behind the wall is a huge
behind the wall. That was a misplay or misfortune. I don't know what that was, but now they have a minute 30 left with absolutely no ticks on the point. And this means BSU now has 2 ultimates as well. 4 now.
Even eats the blizzard coming out from Shippy, which means Northeastern has no chance of attacking this point unless they can build up either of those ultimates for a recontest here. They do have Double Dragons and Shadow to try to go for a wombo combo, but now with Shippy swapping over to a Widow, I smell disaster for this team. They could be looking for a pick, but now they have to get through Defense Matrix, the Shield, and a Maywall on top of a lamp. It's not looking good for them.
As well as now 4 ults compared to their 2, and they just committed Dragons there.
And got nothing.
They don't have much here, especially going through that choke point. They have not once been able to get past there.
Nice
but that does mean a pick coming on a bagel here. And this also means Matt getting very low, getting shattering in the 3-piece. Correct the 4. Wow. That means the Broncos are going to absolutely dominate the Huskies going on to the first point of Kings Row here.
At this point, it's a question of can they keep it at 0.0, or can the Huskies at least get a point of a percentage at some point? I would love to see them just go for a full team comp swap and maybe even just go stall. Try to speed past them as quickly as possible, maybe even a symmetric teleport behind them. They will scout you out, but it's an attempt you can make as Matt Merck takes down Boots. Main tank down, they have to commit Sound Barrier just to try to go for a push. Blizzard wins the 1v1 of the Baptiste and takes down Lamp in the progress, but this is where Clear wins the Diva 1v1. We see the Blizzard comes out and zones them out, so Boise State handily wins first round of Kings Row with Northeastern not being able to even touch the point outside of contesting it for a few seconds before the Diva falls.
So now, does this mean all they have to do is get 1 tick, or did the full cap the point?
1 tick.
1 tick is all they need.
Yeah, that's the benefit of defending first is if you absolutely stomp, hard hold them, you just have to get the 1 tick, you win.
Yep.
Flat out.
What comp do you think the Broncos are going to go looking for here?
Having known that Vex plays Hanzo and does decent with it, and Shippy hopefully does not go back to the Widow, because double sniper on defense is a terrible play if you ask me. An Ashe would be better because at least she can play a little bit closer, but say they go double sniper, Boise State can pretty answer that fairly quickly, but they love the wall and maul strat, so I think they could do that. But Boise State on the attack with the Roadhog double sniper is definitely a risk, but they have to be feeling confident here after such a dominating performance, and knowing that they could win 1v1s again and again and again means they can play something that they maybe want to be a bit more flashy on. So it doesn't surprise me, especially going up against wall and maul. Most of your team will not be in that 4v4 situation, but you can just poke them nonstop. Maxwell swapping over to the mate, I think, is a smart choice, but we will have to wait and see how it plays out.
Which do you think that means Northeasterns? If are they even expecting the double sniper? Are they if that means we're able to get a pick on Widow right off the bat? That pretty much just puts it right in the coffin of they're going to get that tick right off the point.
Depends who the pick's on.
Yeah.
If the pick's on to Lucio, doesn't matter as much. He can come back the fastest.
Yep.
He's not really outputting. He's not the main heal, so it's not #1 priority, but obviously a pick is a pick.
Yeah.
So it definitely gives you the leg up. It's going to come down to who gets the better wall in that situation. Having played it out in my own personal situations, I've recognized that it's not who walls first, it's who has the better wall to answer, because it's always wall off the Reinhardt, DPS. But if the opposing mate is able to, say, wall right underneath their own Reinhardt and get him up and out of the situation, or wall off the enemy team, so it's just a battle of the two Reinhardts, then he's able to survive a lot more, especially with a Baptiste who can just jump over the wall and heal him, or throw down a lamp through the proximity to keep him alive. So it's going to come down to the Mei plays. So if Mei gets taken down, whoever took the Mei down wins that fight.
Yep. Which we already see the don't even need the preview because it happened that fast in our 2-minute conversation, and that means the Broncos are going to take it
without surprise.
Yes, that was a very highly anticipated BSUW there. Very one-sided. Very one-sided.
Never happens in Overwatch ever. No, just don't play quick play. It's never one-sided. It's fine. Oh, R6. Why do you have to show me that folder? It kills me. My baby boys back in the day.
Rainbow Six will never come back.
Time, but the 2 games we did won was hard fought.
You know, and that's what really matters. You know, how much heart did you put into it, right?
Too much. Too much. Because I was
broke a few controllers and keyboards on the way there.
Oh no. Oh no. Siege is a different animal.
No, Siege is a very different video game.
To Overwatch, Siege is a rated M game, and Overwatch is rated E for everyone.
Oh yeah, no,
it's a different ball game.
It's a different level of infuriating, especially when you don't know what hit you or why it hit you.
Oh no, you know. You're just upset about it because you're like, that was 1 pixel. I hate you. I'm gonna use some gamer words now. And it was a magical time. But going back over to Lijiang Tower for these control maps, looks like we are going back into it. But this time Northeastern not doing nearly as well as Goblin gets the first pick and the rest of the team falls. But this time Goblin does not get the triple.
Doesn't get the triple. And that means
he's washed up.
Yes.
Washed up. It's time for him to retire. It's time for Plato to take over. And
Matt Mark is on Symmetra. That's what I want to point out.
This is probably where we came into, it's a best of 5. We're going back to control because everyone hates a soul.
Yep.
And so we recognize that there is no competition here. Well, let's change up the roles and have everybody learn each other's roles better so that way they can be better formulated as a team.
Oh, yeah.
While still maintaining this off-tank role, so some people can be on their main roles, but Northeastern has no answer for this, even when Boise State's not at their best, because Boise State is just that much higher of a skill level.
Yeah, the quality of players and the efficiency at which they play in their own individual roles that they were at was so high, but it even seems now, even as playing as their off roles, not only just, hey, you might find yourself really good in this role, but also understanding your other teammates' roles to better understand when you want something or need something from that role, you better understand what it takes. But already, Goblin replicating the 3-piece from the other game. It's no mercy out here from the Broncos.
You're right. There is no mercy, and it
there
kills
is
me.
no mercy.
Mercy is
There
the
is.
only support to play, and how dare you do anything other. And I'm also surprised that the Huskies haven't had any answer to Goblin on this junk run. They've faced it before. They know
Yeah.
what to expect, and they still just say, all right, he has a tire. Let's just face tank it and lose. As he now, with a double satchel mine,
no.
it's a double elimination. It feels like I'm playing Here's the Storm here because you can spec it and make it a full build, and it's still working in Overwatch because they haven't changed anything in the past 2 years.
Then what's the counter pick to them? What do the Huskies need to? What's the counter pick here?
Diva.
Diva.
Diva can at least eat things up, or even a Soldier 76 who can poke from a much longer range and more consistent damage, unlike a sniper who just needs to hit their shots. He has much more of a hit scan, so I definitely appreciate it there. But even with the Gravitic Flux, Goblin is still able to pop off through all of the shields that Tossing Next does his best to hold up, but it is Goblin's job to destroy your shield. So holding it up keeps it alive for about 2 seconds as we hear the death of the hamster trying to roll out of spawn. And they never even left their spawn doors.
Yeah, that was a closer match
What?
than last time, or not a closer.
No.
No, I'm sorry. Correction. That last match was closer than this
on
one.
Kings Row. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
thought you were
yes.
saying on the last map. I was like,
Oh
no,
no,
they got
no,
into
no.
point last
No.
time, sir. It was at least a battle at some point, but
They
now
at
it's
least-
not.
They at least got there, but no, this time around it was Boise State with absolutely no mercy. And the blanking on the name here. Not only the Moira
Sombra?
coming out, but also the Sombra coming out.
Sombra.
Sombra. I said Sombra. My bad.
It's probably more ethically correct, but we're American, so we say Sombra.
Yes,
It's America.
I did take Spanish class was today, so
No,
I'm
I
in the
took
mo- I'm in
sign
the mood.
language, and I'm not really gonna sign all these names. So, it's Sombra.
that would be Oh,
This is the beautiful play
getting
that we love.
5.
This is something Bagel is uncontested at, is he can speed out so fast that expect the symmetric teleport and boop you off the edge, and there's nothing you can do unless you have a Moira who can try to fade out of there. But ooh, this is why Bagel is consistently the best support outside of Asu, my boy, who will always be the player of the game in my heart, even though he's not. Because
Just from the
that's spicy.
get-go, I believe it's the bounce off the tree here that surprises me the most.
Just how dirty can you do this team, man? Like, look at
Oh,
it. They're dead.
jeez.
They're all gone. It's a 4-man.
It's the fact that it's the 4-man off the beginning and then says, no, I have it again. Let me go back and boop off the Reinhardt as well.
See, this is the perk of Overwatch 1. You have to kill 6 people, not just 5.
Not
so it
just
takes
5.
more skill. So Overwatch 2 really toning things down.
Overwatch 2,
Taking things
easier
away.
game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they made everybody more self-sustaining, whereas Overwatch 1 takes a lot more teamwork to coordinate 6 people rather
Yes,
than just 5. Like, coming from Siege, it's a 5v5.
Yep.
But anyone can solo because it's one-shot headshot, whereas Overwatch, it requires a lot more coordination between
Might do it
both your
again.
tanks, both your DPS, and both your supports. Overwatch just said, now it's one tank, which is 10 times more stress on that one tank. So it's just taking so much less out of it and less sustainability.
And I also imagine a lot easier on the healers as well, only having to manage one tank as well.
Yeah, and there's not nearly as much variety as you would hope. It's a lot more variety for the tank player because they changed up how all of the tanks play. But you can only play the one tank, and if you fall, the rest of your team does too. So Overwatch 2, dead game, hasn't even come out yet? Question mark? Bring back Here's the Storm? Come at me, Blizzard?
Come at me, Blizzard.
They won't. They can't afford it.
Yeah.
They've already been sued. I mean, at least they were bought by Microsoft, but none of the
That's- yeah,
stabbing
you
changed
know.
because they were all hired by the same people, so it's fine.
Either way, it's a W, sort of.
It's
Kind of
not.
for them.
It's not.
It's not really, but we have hope here.
It's not a W because WoW's getting more
Oh,
expansions. Oh, it's beautiful.
Was that a 6-man grab? Did they grab all 6 there?
Yep. You
That-
would say it's a
that's
wall and maul,
reading
but there's
another
no
team.
wall, so it's just a ball and maul, grab and maul, whatever you want to call it. It was death. Death had occurred.
It was a lot.
It was
And once
sad.
again, we just see BSU just absolutely steamrolling.
We're
once
playing quick
again.
play, baby.
Playing quick play.
We got Matt Merck on, the Reaper, who I absolutely love, but don't see enough play of, in my opinion.
We don't see any Doomfist.
Yeah, I think that was finally Doc putting his foot in Goblin's face and just saying, no, stay where you belong. And very welcome change because now Goblin's looking for that justice. And he's, oh, baby, you always go for that Widow. That is a personal statement of, hey, Widow. No. And now the
Aren't you
Death
supposed to be
Blossom.
my counter?
We love the Beyblade.
Oh, they didn't even.
They don't
even
even
got to
look at
point
the
one. Yeah, they got to point one time.
No, they didn't.
And that was the freebie in the beginning before Bagel ended it all for
They
them.
got to TP and look at it. They got to wave at it, and then they died.
Yeah, then they didn't
They
get close.
didn't get to touch it. They got to wave. And that was Boise State being gracious.
If that was
Wow,
checkpoint,
Kings Row. Who would have guessed?
not me.
Anyway, where's my Blizzard World? Huh? Where's Blizzard World? Give me a Blizzard World.
Blizzard World.
I mean, Route 66 is my personal favorite map because it's a good classic map. That's
Yes,
right. I said
yeah.
it. It's the good classic map. I love Route 66.
I agree with that. I really do.
Yeah.
But I really do like I if there was one map you could see that throw it up. Not even memeing. Just genuinely that you think you would dominate on.
Like me personally or like
Yeah. Let's go personal. Yeah.
Personally, I mean, as a Boise State former player, I have the most time played on Kings Row. Who would have guessed? So probably Kings Row, but personally, I enjoy Route 66 more as both a Mercy and Brigitte player because Brigitte, you can play super aggro, get ton of value, have verticality to boot people off of, and same with Mercy, who can excel on all of those things. So I go Route 66, even though Kings Row, I don't want play don't. He's a DPS playing right hard. This is the same thing I was put into. So aggro Ryan just becomes your third DPS, and it's beautiful.
Already has ult charge.
Yeah.
Not even what 30 seconds into the match. Barely
So
getting
the way
there.
you do that is you get a pin, you get a beautiful flame strike through at least 3 or 4 people to get 7% with each hit.
Okay.
And boom, you got it.
Boom,
Because
you
you
got
just
it.
start swinging your hammer and you're hitting people. I mean, he got a quad there, so
Yeah.
all of the kill percentage on top of that, that's a beautiful shatter. And at this point, he is screaming Ryan Shield because as soon as that goes down, it's a free
Maywall.
shatter, baby. But he doesn't even need it because the Huskies are falling apart at the seams if there were even seams to hold them together.
If there, yeah, no, it's not. Now it's now just
This has become a roast fest if you haven't noticed.
a little bit, but
Just a little bit,
when you know a match is so very one-sided as.
I told you, we're playing quick play. This is not a ranked match. This is quick play, baby.
Competitive?
I mean,
The
if
freeze
you're in
being
quick
committed.
play, yes, they treat it like competitive, which is why you just go /mute all, and it's beautiful.
Oh yes, no.
It's the same thing you do every time you play a league match. You just go
I-
/mute all, and you just play your jungle, you gank top, and never go bot because screw bot. It's great.
I think that's arguable for every video game. That has a competitive scene. Casual gets taken almost more competitive than the actual competitive scene in of itself, as in ranked.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you just stop playing video games.
Yes.
Only
yes.
play Red Dead 2 and not online, and you'll have a great time. You just play single-player games. You go back to Fallout. You go back to BioShock. All of those.
Oh.
They're just bullying them into a corner.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have no escape route here, and they have no way to counter Boise State's aggression here.
So since
Boise.
Boise State has been changing the roster of who plays what role, who do you want to see them change up and who play what?
Let's put our tanks on healer. Let's put
Okay.
our healers on tanks and no DPS.
And
They'll
no what?
they'll sit in the back of the map.
DPS? Just
yes.
take them
So
out?
it's 4v6. Yeah. You're just gonna.
The worst part is I could easily see Boise State still winning this because the Huskies DPS have not been capitalizing on how aggressive the Reinhardt's been playing.
Oh,
They
now
can
Deadeye.
easily capitalize on it and haven't had an answer for it. And now with even Deadeye, still only getting 1 elimination, thankfully.
That's value.
My
right there.
kids!
That's
Kiddos.
value. Blizzard is also gonna take a diva as well.
Sit on it or just like here? Sit that far forward.
Hold on.
Yeah. So like left leg on tape.
Where's that at this?
It's going to be narrow. We've got
Okay.
Is it gonna be a thing of casting from here? Is it gonna be sec?
the
Uh-huh.
eventuality
All 4. Okay, I really like that. I really like that idea. Oh no, yeah. But I really like the idea of it.
Normally when I see 2 and 2, it's 2 post game and 2 during game of
Yeah.
like we're in it and then they analyze it type thing.
Which I could see this desk being sort of an analytical thing as well.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
I mean, that's how like the pros do it. So I've been watching League Worlds, and they have 3 guys outside of it that while the game's not going, they're talking it all through.
Yep.
And then once the game starts, they jump to 2 people who are in-game analysis. doing all that
Who are doing play-by-play and
the draft and
yep.
everything. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Then we're. So yeah.
Also, just so you know, those are my 2 former Siege players. That's why I call them my kids. Even my parents call them my kids.
Even your parents call them your kids. It's great.
They are my kids.
That's family building right there. Good to see family reunited.
Okay, Vin Diesel. Cut it out.
What? Vin Diesel.
Family.
Family.
You seen that Vine where it's just all,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
just all
creepy.
family.
I hate it. It's the worst.
What is it? It's like. What I forget what movie it is, but it's like all.
Fast and Furious?
No, it's Fast and Furious, but which one it is? But
All of them?
yeah,
That is
but it's
literally the plot point.
it's every single line Vin Diesel has is just replaced by family, and it's like I think it's all 400 of his lines.
It's called a YouTube poop.
yes, it's very much down that rabbit hole.
Oh, the mercy. My girl. How they butchered you since the alpha days.
Hey, we'll get to see if Masco ends up getting the pick here that we were talking about. And Goblin on the Genji. No, never mind.
No, he doesn't commit to that. He's a memer, but he don't play Genji.
He don't play Genji.
No one plays Genji. Genji's just not part of the meta anymore.
Yeah.
He's too squishy. He doesn't fit in any of the meta. He could be in dive, but if you want solid dive like a Genji, you could easily just swap him out for a Tracer.
A Tracer.
She just doesn't have the verticality, which if you want verticality, you go Pharmacy or Echo.
Not even Doomfist? Would you commit a Doomfist there or no?
Doc doesn't allow Doomfist
Doc
because he
doesn't
hates
allow Doomfist.
Goblin on Doomfist is very toxic,
Yes.
so we try to push that into a corner and not look at it.
Shove that deep, very, very far down.
Like my
Lock into
personal
the
pick for
box.
dive was always Soldier 76, but that's also because
There's a Bastion in this comp.
he's already dead.
Yeah, so there
And
was.
his Pocket Mercy was taken out so early on that the Huskies had nothing to answer with it, and so that'll be first tick because there's only 2 members alive,
Yeah,
and they're all
there
gone.
it is. That was another example of domination of the Broncos versus
We
Huskies.
have yet to see anything but domination.
Yeah, the first series we watched, they took 1 point.
One.
They took one. One.
They
So
had
we did see
one.
a little bit of winning.
We saw Huskies having potential probably in the first match of the night of like getting the leg up of high spirits, and then they lost it all. It's just all gone.
Yeah. Then it was all. It did not work
Oh,
out.
sick
no.
head view. Inception.
That one was tripping me out.
Oh, guys. Inception. Where's Leonardo? Where is he?
Yeah. Da Vinci?
No, the one who won't date anyone over the age of 25.
Yeah, that's Da Vinci.
I mean, if you want to date a corpse, sure.
It probably was. Who knows?
It's just all Leonardos.
It's all Leonardos are like that, are built that way.
That's where Wasey was sitting when he lost in Madden. Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, so we had a high school player that we were prospecting in recruiting here because he was able to beat Wasey. He's that good. It was very impressive to watch. So hopefully we can get him to come here now.
That was
Exciting times.
That was earlier today, like at
Yep.
3. I think I heard.
It was like 3 to like 4:30ish or something like that. Yeah.
Was it like is it close winning or is it like okay you're like blowing them
It
out
was
of the water?
pretty close,
Oh, okay.
but he just always like had the slight like edge to it.
Yeah.
And I only was cutting in and out. I'm not a football person. I don't do sports games. Oh, hi kids. Hi. It's okay. We're not live. I can call you this. Ooh, they got yelled at. And it wasn't by me. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Brenner.
You can hear your second mic too.
Yes.
Cool.
We're supposed to have a conversation.
How's your day going?
Nice conversation.
It's a little hard. It's a little hard to hear you guys, but I can kind of read lips at this point.
Is it?
Sort of.
I mean, I can just hear you because we're sitting in proximity.
Talking
I don't.
a little
Yeah.
louder right now.
Well, it's because we're not wearing headsets. That's why.
That's also yes. So, but
Us
I mean,
too, or
I guess
we literally
we
just
do.
have to like hear
Either
them
one.
in
Okay.
proximity.
Yeah, we
How's
do have
your
extension
day going,
cords.
Renner?
I'm at work. It's going.
That's
Okay.
good.
Still refuse
Fair.
to play Valorant. It's
Okay.
awesome. Not a
We-
filthy jet main or anything. It's great.
Okay.
Giving up
Jet
that
mains
life.
are best
I
mains.
play Cyberpunk now. I'm a
How do
You play?
Cyberpunk-
I heard him say he plays Cyberpunk now.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Is it because of the Netflix show?
No, because
a
I'm
thing?
unique and creative.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a Netflix show called
Okay, no.
I forget what it's called. It's Cyber
Edge
something. But,
It's Edge
Cyberpunk,
Runner.
whatever. Yeah, and
Oh.
it's like that got everyone back into it. But then there's also like, you don't have to watch the show to get into it. But you know, that's the idea.
Nah, I've been watching House of Dragon. That show's terrible.
Is that?
It's a new
Yeah,
Game of Thrones one.
kind of saw that one coming, honestly.
See
But
that one too.
that's
Each
how most.
episode
That's how
is like
most.
10 years apart.
That's how most sequels go.
It's not a sequel.
Oh, it's a prequel to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prequel. Okay.
Did any of you
It's-
guys watch Better
It's
Call
like
Saul?
100 years before Daenerys.
Bruh.
That's
It's not great.
Yo, Brenner, did you watch Better Call Saul?
No,
What?
I never even watched Breaking Bad. It was not my
I'll
thing.
give you that, but like,
I do
do have
not
the final
want to
showdown.
watch a dying man cook meth. And you cannot tell me that's not what the show is, because that's exactly what it is.
no. I mean,
It's about entrepreneurship.
yeah, it's
Building a
businessman.
business.
Businessman.
A very
Exactly.
illegal one, but sure.
What?
How to start making drugs. Be a chemistry teacher.
Brenner.
Only legal if you get.
What
Howdy.
kind of shows do you watch then?
I watch House of Dragon. I watch Rick and Morty. I watch Solar Opposites. I watch The Boys. Oh,
Solid.
love The
Oh,
Boys.
Amazon
So
Prime
good.
first one.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
And there's nothing else.
And a Rick and Morty enthusiast.
Yes.
It's a great combo for the boys and the Rick and Morty. The only two I really cared about in that
See,
sense.
when Rick and Morty first premiered, I was watching Samurai Jack because that's when they started the final season.
Yeah.
And they had put Rick and Morty on instead of Samurai Jack. And I was like, where's my show? So I started watching Rick and Morty, and that's how I found it.
Yeah.
And I was very upset, but I loved it. And everyone calls me Rick, whether that's a compliment or not. I couldn't tell you.
I
not a plug.
don't know if that's a compliment.
Yeah, I own it. I'll be Rick. I'm fine.
Then what are our favorite shows on the desk
That
here?
wagon.
Chuck. Oh, also watch
Plugging.
Mandalorian and Book of Boba.
Mandalorian was first season was good in my opinion,
I loved all of it.
and second season was also good, but first season was better.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just loved it for it being it. I haven't
It
watched
being it, yeah.
Andor yet because I've heard mixed
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
I'm
Did you watch
very-
Obi-Wan?
Yes, he's my
Yes.
favorite character.
That's yeah.
Tears
you can't
were
be,
had during that show because I was so happy. And also the ending, which I will not spoil for people who have not seen it.
yeah.
I was so happy and watched interviews about it, and they're like, there were tears on set. for
Yeah,
many
did you?
reasons.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the interview of.
No, you can't say it
yeah,
'cause it's
no, but
spoilers.
like that. I think I know that.
They talked
that
about
interview,
it. Yeah,
and I was
it was a tearjerker.
yeah.
was just
That
like-
brought a massive smile to my face.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, that was.
Which
great.
is why I'm so excited for Tales of the Jedi, because they're bringing back Clone Wars, but they're going
Andor?
like right at the start of it. So we're getting like
Yeah.
episode 2
Remember,
Obi-Wan with the mullet and everything. And
With the mullet.
it's so
Wow.
exciting.
Rogue One.
And we get to see baby Ahsoka and how she comes about with
You're
Plo
not a Star
Koon.
Wars
I
guy.
just saw that.
Everyone knows
Wow,
Plo Koon
that's
because
gonna
it's
be-
David Filoni's favorite character.
That's gonna be interesting.
Did you say Goku is David
Plo
Filoni?
Koon.
Okay, I thought it was a little Fortnite crossover type beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this ain't
Kami
Fortnite,
Ami?
kiddo.
It's
Or-
Goku from Fortnite.
Yikes.
The Kamiyamiya?
We got some Zoomers. Zoomers on desk.
Get him off.
Brenner, I act like I'm old.
I am.
He is old. He's so old. Oh
I
my
am. I'm a boomer,
God. Isn't he
baby.
like 30 or something.
Wow.
It's like almost dead.
I'm
Rose
30
coming out here.
apparently.
What? You're
Huh?
20? Huh?
Thank God, no.
You're 20?
20s is the new
I
10s.
turned 24 this
Honestly,
year.
what?
I'm old.
30s is the new 20s.
24?
That's not true.
Yeah.
You're calling that old?
Brenner.
Dude, I can make references that you've never heard.
Okay, yeah, that's just, but that's also because I'm not, my spectrum
Brenner, you're not
of
gonna go
references
like,
is
where's
very
the beef
narrow.
or something on us. Like,
Brenner.
I can quote Dirty Harry. Do you even know what that is?
yeah.
Exactly.
Is the 30s the new 20s?
What?
I see your OBS window and now Overwatch.
Oh, we're getting into it.
Oh, we're going to Overwatch. Let's have them cast it. They know Overwatch. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Guys, you have to talk.
This is where they're in the lobby, right? Is it payload or capture
So we're
objective?
looking at Lucio's POV.
Lucio,
He's a
that's cool.
healer.
Oh, Lucio. His name's Bagel. That's a good name.
Bagel.
My name's
Yes, he is our support player.
Support. Okay.
Read off the team comps, left to right. Ahmed, you have a screen to your left.
Okay.
You don't have to look at
Team-
Zach.
the
Can't read
names?
it. Yeah.
The names of the players.
Names of the characters.
Oh.
Left to right, top left.
Matmerk?
Yeah.
That's the name of the
Matt
player.
Mark.
What's his character's name?
Oh.
I don't know Overwatch characters.
Is that the
Uh-oh.
Rhino
Okay.
guy?
We have
It's
Diva.
Reinhardt.
Okay. That was close.
Next one. Who is Kel playing?
Cal?
It's 3 letters.
Diva.
There you go.
That's
All right,
not
next one. Who's
3.
Goblin playing? The POV we were just watching.
3. This isn't
Junkrat.
4.
What?
The
Junkrat. It's a Junkrat.
It's not Junkrat. He has a big fist for a weapon.
Iron Fist.
No,
Iron
Is
Fist.
it-
Crucial.
No. it's Doomfist.
Doom
Fist. That's right. That's right.
All right.
Doomfist.
Maxwell
Put the emphasis on
is
it, too.
playing
Johnny
who?
Silverhands.
Do they have a McCree?
Is this?
Nope.
Whoa.
McCree?
Problematic.
McCree's
Pause.
being played by Vex. So there you go.
Did they change McCree's name
Yeah.
to what?
No, we don't. They did, but no one cares.
What'd
Okay.
they change it to?
Cole Cassidy. But everyone still calls him Jesse McCree because it's 10 times better.
Is this like a hard point game mode?
This is a control point.
Control.
Wow.
Okay.
That
Yeah, so it's
hammer
first.
just
So if you
swung.
look in the center, it's first to 100%, and it's a best of 3 mode. So there's
So-
3 maps. We'll play 2 of
Who
them
doesn't
because
think
Boise
that we
State
played a
stomps
control point
every time.
before?
I'm teaching them Overwatch.
And that's a good thing because, you know,
Overwatch is, gonna stay
Overwatch
around
is
for a
not.
long
Yeah.
time.
You know,
Northeastern has the
a
control.
lot of people are very knowledgeable on Overwatch.
This is
That's
Overwatch
it.
1, yes?
What?
This is the
No,
first
we,
Overwatch?
we have a beta
can't
version
hear you.
of,
Is this the first Overwatch?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so Overwatch 2 only has 5 players a team. They nerfed the game to make it less fun.
Is it out?
What are the role
It comes
names?
out October 4th.
Okay.
What are the what?
I just
What are the roles?
What are the roles of
the
Overwatch?
roles?
Okay, you got a
There's-
support.
Yeah.
You got a duelist.
And,
Got what?
You have
Said duelist.
yeah. You
No.
have Sentinel
No.
and
balance,
Initiator.
kids.
Healer.
Support and healer are the same thing.
Oh.
Legendary.
Nope. There's 3 roles. You have 1 of them.
Attacker.
Nope.
Defender.
Nope.
Okay, kind of. Not the
Hey,
ones we're looking for.
Okay, what does it start with?
Yeah.
T.
T. T is one and D is the other.
Triple.
Nope.
Tiger.
What's a big
Just say Wheel
what's a
of
big
Fortune.
mechanical vehicle used in
Truck.
warfare?
Tank.
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 Yes.
Well,
Tank.
all right, you have 1 left.
Duelist.
Light.
What does a duelist do?
Attack.
No.
Fighter.
No.
Damage.
There.
Damager.
It's just damage.
Damage.
So it's tank,
Well.
damage, and support. It's 2, 2, and 2. That is Overwatch meta. So back in the previous days, there was GOATS meta, which was 4 tanks, 2 supports, before Overwatch restricted you to roles, and it was more fun.
Nah.
So we used to
Yeah,
have a
and the
strategy.
screw.
No, yeah, I remember those days of Overwatch. At least when
Alpha
you could-
days
when
of
you-
Overwatch.
Yeah, when
was
you could play
as
anything.
anything as,
Yeah.
as many times. So our strategy was 5 soldiers and 1 Lucio. So we would just say we're all soldier now and just run it down. It was great.
That was tough.
Business.
That was really tough.
It
That seems
was.
solid.
There's like 6 rules in Valorant.
I can imagine
Uh,
5. I can imagine 5 Roadhogs and a
One was
Lucio
like-
being
One
pain.
of Doc's
No, it was just
keys
6
was like
Roadhogs.
push.
It was just 6. You didn't need.
Yep.
You didn't need the boost.
Reed, go.
The Duncan NACE start.
Star League runs on
Starlink.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan, NACE, Star League runs on Duncan.
Duncan.